Happy Freaky Deaky Friday to all my Freaky Deaky friends on YouTube. The countdown has begun. 1 week. Well, 8 days. Until Team Fools gets revenge. Yeah, Sea-Dog, that's always tough, man. You create a lot of memories at a house, although you have to just sort of keep in mind that a house is nothing but wood and drywall. You know what I mean? You'll create memories at your new place, too. Traveling Fools coming through with a gifted membership. Somebody grab it. Who got it? Matt Dummett got it. What you been doing in Ocean City, Maryland? For work? Nick, I thought you worked on a golf course. That's right. You work on a golf course in Virginia, don't you? Still the favorite job I ever had. Doing what Nick does. Shit, if it paid better, I might still be doing it. I didn't want to leave that job. I had to for money reasons. Oh, you do irrigation and change the flags? Yeah, I did everything. The golf course that we worked at, I mean, just, you know, different day, different task. Literally everything. But we didn't have a very big staff. Well, we didn't have a staff as big as what we needed. The owners of the golf course were super cheap. But I will give them credit for this. They hired a lot of good people. The people that they did hire were good people, and the golf course is in great shape. Which that golf course doesn't even exist anymore, unfortunately. The golf course I grew up on. Well, I didn't grow up on it. It was in my neighborhood. But it got bought out. It's on a river. And it got bought out by some land development company. And now it's just a cow pasture. It's sad. Every time I drive by it, I get sad. It just... That's about how many we had, about 7 or 8. and then the mechanic. Let me tell you something. I worked in the yard yesterday for about, I don't know, an hour and 15 minutes or something. I almost was law-tied at the softball game last year. I about had a heat stroke. I'm not even kidding. When I came inside, I had to go stand directly underneath the air conditioning vent to cool off. I made the mistake this morning. I woke up and got a shower and then decided I was going to go take a walk. That was backwards. I'm going to take another shower later today. Heat stroke, bro, one time. That's right. What's up, Real Big Lee? All right, let's get this shit show started, shall we? I got a few things to say before we start the show today. Some announcements and such. You know what I mean? Some announcements and shows. Anyway, happy Friday, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the Midday Show. I'm your host, PigskinPeete. Thank you for joining me. Where do I start? Oh, well, I always like to start with what I consider to be the bad news. Okay. Now, some of you might not be consider this to be bad news because you just might not care. It's bad news to me, though. Okay. The bad news is that there will be no call-in show tonight. I have to get up before the call-in show doesn't end usually till at least 12 o'clock on Wednesday and Friday night. I've got something to do very, very early tomorrow, and I'll be at it for 12 hours tomorrow. So I'll be in bed by 10 o'clock probably. So I can't do the call-in show tonight, which also leads me to the next bad news because there probably won't be a call-in show next Friday night either. There will be one next Wednesday night, but not next Friday night because I'll be in Athens next Friday for the softball game. So there's the bad news. What else did I want to tell you today? What we're doing today, I said earlier in the week, I think it was on Monday's show, that the new format for the Midday show, well, it's not new. This is the way it's going to be for the remainder, at least from now until the end of the year. The Monday and Wednesday midday shows will carry on like normal, where I read the news and then bring the people on and such. But every Friday, I'm not reading news on Fridays because I don't want to. We started this last week and I liked it so much, I'm going to stick to it for the remainder of the year. It's just going to be an open panel. Before we get started with the panel today, or with the people on the StreamYard, I am going to check in on TikTok. Looking up the Britney Spears thing on the Wednesday show gave me an idea for today. I haven't been on TikTok probably since December, really. Other than a couple of times we've checked in on our favorite big-breasted flat earther, but other than that, I haven't been on TikTok. But I know a lot of you don't use TikTok or even haven't downloaded it because you're scared of China stealing your information or whatever, or maybe you just don't care about TikTok. But there is some funny ass shit on there as far as the live show, not the TikTok videos, the live feed. So we'll scroll through the live feed and see if we can find anything interesting on there, and maybe I can even interact with some weirdos on there because that's what's really on there. And not only just weirdos, but there's actually some cool stuff on there too. Like I like weird stuff. Like I could sit there for 30 minutes and watch somebody drag a magnet across a lake and see what they find. It's fascinating some of the shit they pull out of a bottom of a lake, with magnet fishing is what they call it, and other stuff like that. There's just some weird stuff on there. So we'll scroll through, whether it's for 5 or 10 minutes, and see if we can find anything interesting on the live feed of TikTok. And then I'll get to I'll open up the StreamYard. Well, it's open right now. You can come on there if you want to wait in the back room, but. The other thing I want to do is acknowledge a lot of new subscribers. This is the time of the year. We're getting closer and closer to the football season. And so this is the time of year every year. Look, I'm in my 6th year of doing this. I know, it's pretty sad, isn't it? But I'm in my 6th year of doing this. And it's very predictable the way that YouTube goes as far as when you see an uptick in subscribers. And this is the time of year when you start to see it. This is the time of the year that I'm starting to see it now. And I always have to keep in mind that the new people that are coming into the channel don't know how this channel works. I understand it can be confusing. All of you who have been here for a while know exactly what all of these different shows that I do mean. Let me see if I can find my show schedule. This I can give you a visual. Here it is. This hasn't changed, and I don't have any plans for it to change, frankly, anytime soon. But the new subscribers don't. So here's what happens. They see me post a college football video or do a college football live stream, and they subscribe. They say, okay, this guy does college football. I'll subscribe to him and just give him a try. See if I like him or not. Then the next show that they watch is the Midday show. And I'm on there watching Britney Spears pull her underwears down and dance and laugh. And I'm on there reading the news, and they're going, well, it's confusing to them. So let me just explain to the new viewers so that at least they have an expectation of what to expect from watching this channel. Okay? So there's no confusion. Because then they come in the comment section and go, I thought this was a football show. We were these guys talking about Britney Spears for 15 minutes. Look, the Midday show is what it says in the chat, posted by Nightbot. It's a show about anything, everything, and football. I love talking about college football as much as anybody on the planet. And we do talk about that on the Midday show. But this might come as a surprise to some people that I do have other interests outside of just college football. All right? This is a fun show. That's what the Midday show is, to me. It's the reason I started doing it, is to have fun. And it's not all serious, all football all the time. And again, it's not that we don't talk about football on the Midday show, because we get into a lot of discussions about football on the Midday show, but it's not centered around football. Okay? The Lunch Money Show, which most of you are familiar with on Uncle Lou's channel every Monday at 10 p.m., that started out as a gambling show. Not gambling, but, we discussed betting lines on college football, right? And but during the off season, there's not really anything to talk about as far as betting on college football. I mean, here and there is. When they release the early lines on certain games and Heisman odds and stuff like that, we get into it. But we jokingly call it the show about nothing, because early on when we moved the betting show, the Lunch Money Show we used to do it twice a week. I think it was on like Tuesdays and Thursdays. That was the original schedule, and we did it at 12 o'clock noon, sort of like the time I do the Midday show. And we went over betting lines. Well, once the season ended, we moved the show to Monday night once a week, and Lou said, Pete, describe to the people what the Lunch Money Show is about. And I said, it's like Seinfeld. It's the show about nothing in the off season. So it's sort of morphed into something different than it was intended to be in the beginning, where we sort of like the Midday show and Uncle Lou's morning show, where we cut up and have a good time and have some characters like Edward on to do his trash talk segment and everything. But during the season, we go over the betting lines each week and make predictions, and then we interact with the chat and sometimes we make some bets with the chat, and it gets different than it is in the off season. The ACC show is what it sounds like. We discuss ACC football most of the time, especially this time of year. Right now we're doing our preseason record predictions team by team, and we've gotten, at least halfway through, no, more than halfway through of the ACC predictions, record predictions for the year. And we'll continue to do that from now until the start of the season. And we also do some arguing on there with the ACC panel. Sometimes we let some SEC, Big Ten people on and argue with them. That's always a good time. Shout out to my boy Sea-Dog, who has been the co-host on this channel for the ACC show since it started. One of my favorite shows. Listen, I love all my shows, but Wednesday and Friday night, that is what it sounds like, call-in show. Another thing where the majority of the football talk goes on during the season, or right around now, You might even noticed that during the off season, especially like during the late spring, early summer time period, I don't even label the on my title. It just says call-in show. This is the time of the year over the past couple of weeks, I changed the title of the videos to college football call-in show, because that's really what I want to talk about from here through February. From here and through the national championship. That's the main goal of the call-in show, is for college football fans of all teams, not just Clemson, and all conferences and everything in between, to call in and talk about whatever they want to talk about college football related. All right. And then, of course, during the season, every Saturday, and sometimes even Thursday or Friday, depending on what's going on, which games are coming on what day, and all that. I do multiple live streams for live games on Saturdays, or Friday and Saturday, or Thursday and Saturday, or whatever the case is. And what I've been doing, what I started doing last year to sort of get my feel for this membership thing. And what may also become a Patreon very soon, I'll get into that later, is I'll do one public game a week, a public side of YouTube, that to get to interact with more people than just members and get new subscribers in and all of that, and then one game just for members only. Now the two are very different. I can't remember what game it was last year. That I had close to 10,000 people watching, which is by far the most I've ever had watching a live stream. The stream ended up getting 100,000 views before they copyrighted it and blocked it for public view. And so the private streams for just the members is obviously not a shit ton of people in there. It might only be 20 or 30 people in there. And so it's much more intimate. It's to me, the private streams that I do with just the members it's equivalent to sitting in a bar with your buddies and having a beer and watching a football game and talking shit. That's really what it is. And it's a lot of fun. So if you want to be a part of that, consider signing up for the membership. I think the cheapest tier is $2.99 a month or something. And I made it cheap as I possibly could for a reason, because I know not everybody has a lot of money, and I want everybody to be able to participate in the private members-only streams if at all possible. So shout out to all the members out there. Love y'all. So that's it. That's it. Let's see who's in here. Cheers to the chat. Nature Boys here. Matt Dummett, Traveling Fools, Tiger Cat, D. Taylor, VicTube, Sea Dog, Battle Angel. What's up, Battle Angel? Hope you guys had a good time in Cherokee. It sounds like you did. Sounds like Hufferbilly Paul is going to have to apply for food stamps. Everyone put up thoughts and prayers for Hufferbilly Paul and his bank account. I'm just kidding. Slim Shady Canes, Nick D TV, Jeremy Garrettson, what's up, buddy? Wet Blanket, P Digits, Stingray, my man, what's up, Stingray? The Real Big Lee. I think I already said Nature Boy. I lost the count of who I said already. Zona Tucson, Harold Gray. How's it going, Pete? Been fishing for the last few days. Upper and lower lakes. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'm jealous now. I'm jealous. Colby. UGA Chris M. What's good, everyone? What's up with you, UGA Chris M? Sir Ugga. Uh-oh. Oh, Battle Angel just got gifted a membership by Nature Boy. Thank you, Nature Boy. And welcome, Battle Angel. Yes. All right. So after that long-winded explanation of what you can expect from this YouTube channel over the next 5 to 6 months, let's get right into some nonsense. Complete and total nonsense. Why not? Now, look, I got to admit, I don't have any control over this segment that I'm about to do here, okay? Because I don't know what we're about to see. You know what I mean? I have no clue. We're going to scroll through the live feed of TikTok and react to some stuff. Look, this could last for 2 minutes if it's a total dud, or it could last for 15 minutes if we find some shit that's interesting on there. If I can get in the comments section and mess with some people. You know what I mean? So we'll find out together. All right, click the live tab here.
When I didn't see it in myself, but
oh, look who it is.
Stop asking the question why.
Oh, that's not who I thought it was. I thought that was Drewski.
And start asking the question, what is it for? Because your pain has a purpose. Everything.
Yeah, okay. Oh, look at this. Oh, holy shit, is that Edward? What in the hell is going on here? What happened? Look at this guy. See, this is what I'm talking about. This man, this hairy man here, look at the name of his YouTube or his TikTok page. Hairy Muscle Bear. Jesus Christ. And look how many people are watching. This number right here is how many people are watching this right now, other than just us.
Like a dolphin.
1.2 thousand people are watching this big hairy man swim around this pond or whatever the hell he's in. I don't know, a lake, river, I don't know what the hell he's in. Holy hell.
That chat is so fast.
Oh, he's got like a Russian accent too, or German maybe.
Action, Twitter. It's real. It's not fake, it's real. It's all real.
I would like to let me ask him this. Here's what I'm gonna ask him in the comment section and see if he answers. I'm gonna ask him what's the point.
Hello.
Oh shit! Hold on. I'm gonna ask him what's the point of getting tattoos
today
underneath all that hair. You can't see them.
We got already 3 out of 5. Thanks for the follow. Thank you very much.
What's the point of tattoos under all
what it means.
That hair?
Angelo, yeah, I think you should have a look on my Twitter.
Have a look on my Twitter. Must be from Austria. Yeah, I can't type this morning.
Yeah, my Twitter is for adults only.
Adults only. There we go. Let's see what he says.
Thanks for the follow. Thank you very much. You found the Twitter. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, many people always tell me they don't find the link to the fun page. They find Twitter, but they don't find the link with the videos.
I like reading the chat too. All right, I'm about to move on from this guy. If he's not going to read my comment. How do I move on? I don't even know how to do this. I am Twitter or TikTok illiterate. I want to move on to the next one, bro.
Do you like skinny guys?
You like skinny guys?
You can see what I do with smaller guys.
All right. How do I move out of here? What's going on?
Do you not film with women? No, I only film with men. But it's possible that I will film with women.
I want to get out of this.
I like both gender levels, but I film only with men.
Damn it.
I didn't realize that we were nearly at 100 people in here. Like, I'm shook. Oh, now we're peeking. Shit.
Hanging out and baking muffins. No, thank you.
Friends, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, also known as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego,
Oh, this is Bible study? No, thank you. There he is again. Well, what is this here? This looks like some weird game. Hey, Zona Tucson, thank you, Jeremy Garrettson. Zona Tucson, welcome to the fam, bro. Does anybody understand what the hell is going on here? Is there anybody in the comments section that knows what they're playing right now? So you can enlighten me? Because they haven't done a very good job explaining it in the description. You know what I mean?
Green, baby. He's got 4.
And how do I keep getting caught up in this thing where I can't just keep scrolling? I guess if you stay on the video long enough, then it automatically locks in on it. Oh shit! What just happened? Was that good or bad? Score! I think he just scored or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Surrounded by people.
All right, Bible study man.
To show up to anyone.
There's Muffin Lady, Harry man,
It don't look.
motive man. Uh-oh.
ใครล่ะและให้วิ่งไปผู้หญิงหนึ่งยากจนวันที่เห็นเพื่อนมีคันใหม่เป็นรถที่วิ่งไกลและเร็วกว่าพอจำได้ไหมอยากรู้ว่าเพลงอะไรที่ร้องว่า
You know what pisses me off? You know what? One of the reasons I stopped doing TikTok. God damn, I got caught up in that again.
รู้
One of the reasons that I stopped making TikTok videos is I get frustrated really easily. And TikTok will not let you live stream or even come on somebody else's live stream as a guest unless you have 1,000 followers. You know what I mean? Which I don't understand why they do that. In other words, I couldn't do the call-in show I do on TikTok, which would be amazing and fantastic because there's so many more people on TikTok from around the world than there are YouTube. Well, at least live shows anyway. I mean, as you can see. Holy hell! What happened? What's going on here?
Hell, no, yas, girl. Talk about the gorgeous hair. Okay. Is it cute? You just put me on a bro routine because.
All right, yeah,
The way
that's
stuff
enough
is
of that.
because
Whoa, she's
it
got
just-
vampire
I
teeth.
wasn't making any.
Holy shit, she's a vampire.
Wasn't getting me anywhere. I was just losing out on followers, and people were just coming over to win stuff. But if companies give me stuff, I have no problem giving that away. And companies
Look, see, there's
don't care how many
487
views you have
people
on
watching
TikTok.
Vampire Lady.
I literally met 10
This is
different
crazy.
companies at TwitchCon, and the only views they care about is Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. They told me that themselves. I talked to Shure, which is a microphone company. I talked to Cooler Master, which is a PC parts company. I talked to
How many followers does this
Streamlabs,
chick have?
Which is
I'm
a
fascinated.
streaming software company. I talked to so many
1.1
different
million
companies
followers
and
for
told them
Vampire
on
Lady.
TikTok, and they said, "What are your views on Kick and Twitch and YouTube?" So if you'd like to come over and support us on,
I don't even think that's a filter on her face. I think that's makeup.
Really appreciate that. If you do like my content and want to help,
I mean, that's what the title of this video is,
Thank you
makeup
so much.
tutorial.
If you do. As I said, it's free. There's no ads like on Twitch, and you'll be able to watch
Okay.
the anime with us over here.
Where are we at here?
Weekend. If you're interested, check out the link in my bio. You can click my name here, then click my picture that pops up, and the link at the
A
bottom.
lot
my
of
bio,
TikTok I've
you
noticed
can,
is people just
sign
trying to
up
sell
for this.
shit.
The
You know what I
link
mean?
Code activation.
Which nothing wrong with that if
ceremonies
people are
this
buying
Sunday
it, I
night,
guess, but-
8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. It's only our
You know.
second time doing it live.
I guess,
and
you know,
it's one
if
of
I
the
had a
most
business where it
transcendental
was
experiences
sales
I've ever
oriented, where I was
offered
selling a product,
anywhere. And
I would go on TikTok and
everybody in
try to sell
the,
it
in
too.
The first live
You know what I mean?
session was
If it works.
speaking light language, literally. Everyone was
I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about.
living, and
Here's that.
Not good, but
แต่ว่าพี่เปี่ยวต้องนอน
Wait, we the same people over and over? What is this? What the hell?
YouTube TV has no.
I'm waiting for someone.
Who are you waiting for?
Try it free.
To end their battle.
I don't know what she's talking about. Uh-oh. Jam session. Uh-oh, we're buffering. They're rocking out too hard. It's buffering. Oh, shit. I don't know if this is on my end or what's going on here. This might be on my end.
How do you... What? You just want me to just tell you how to do that? That's kind of weird. Who are you?
Listen to the music in the background. Is this like a guru here?
Yeah,
oh, shit, he's got a skull in his hand.
Yeah, come on in. And when I'm speaking like that, that's called me being in my authoritative divine masculine energy.
Oh, no.
To negative spirits that are on here trying to mess with you all's minds and mine. Everybody else that's like of love, light, and ether, and you're like a happy person, you're a positive person, you're an angel, I'm not talking to you. When I step into that energy of like, you know, kicking people out of the
I definitely can mess with this guy. How do I get in the chat?
In charge, you guys. That's what you got to understand. Right now,
where's the flat Earth people at? That's what I want to know. It used to be a lot more flat Earth stuff
but it's like
on the on the TikTok
version of the story.
Hold on, let me go back. Hey, Traveling Fools, you could start a TikTok channel and do what this guy's doing. Yeah, there's some weird people on TikTok, dude. I'm telling you right now. See, now something like this, if you're into this kind of thing, like this, if you're into this kind of thing, you can sit here and watch this guy do this for hours. He doesn't even have to say a word. This is just somebody sitting in McDonald's parking lot for no reason, live streaming. Like what? Holy hell! I can see his aura too.
I paid.
It's not.
Oh, gaming.
Fun to be in that kind of. It's not fun to be in that kind of like.
What game is this?
And attitude.
Sea of Thieves.
I mean, I just wanted to conversate with them for a minute, you know.
I don't know, man. I can't really watch gaming on. I mean.
Yeah, usernames are hidden right now.
I know it's like the biggest genre in the history of YouTube and Twitch and everything else. I just can't do it for more than 3 minutes. I'd rather play the game than watch somebody else play it. You know, maybe I'm just old. Here she is again. Oh, what is this? This is a haunted house? This man done made a haunted house inside of his own house? What the hell? And there's, look at there's 1.2 thousand people watching this right now. Not me.
Mind my broken nail.
Oh.
Oh my god, it's so ratchet. That's my red flag, is that my nails are always muffed. My favorite tattoos, I think, are my hand tattoos. So good.
Okay.
I
Uh-oh. What's she about to do? It says down. Oh, server error. You can be a talentless hack and make money on TikTok. Yeah. Well, I think in order to make money on TikTok, you got to be talented enough to at least get 1,000 followers. Which blows my mind that some of these people have 1,000 followers. I don't know. Like that guy that was sitting in the McDonald's parking lot doing nothing. How in the hell did that guy get 1,000 followers in order to live stream? That's what I want to know. I mean, I could turn on my phone and ride around drive-thrus all day. I guess that's what you got to do. That's the one thing about it's not just TikTok. It's YouTube, the internet in general. Being the most talented doesn't mean you're the most successful. Some of my favorite YouTube channels are people that have 500 subscribers, and they're way funnier and more talented on air than somebody with 20,000. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, I don't know. And that's just life, I guess. What is she doing? Just trying to show her boobs? That's what it looks like to me.
Can't find.
There's literally nobody that cares about her fixing her hair.
This is another female that I got. See if you can't tap her on her head.
What?
Not with your fingers, buddy. Well, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Now here we go. Look at this. This guy's showing off his snake collection.
Female.
This guy. Yeah.
She's kind of crazy and wild.
She's kind of crazy and wild, yeah.
You know, we're just gonna hold her for a minute. She's kind of chilly.
How do I get to the comment section?
Petco, you know, we need to get some.
That first video, there was an option.
Them two heating pads. These.
Oh, there it is.
She has potential of biting me because she's not used to being held. The guy I got her from, you know, a lot of breeders just have so many snakes that just can't hold them all. But I hold every one of mine.
What should I ask him?
Because I got kids that like to hold them. And,
I'm the one that mostly holds them all.
if we can get some more some taps and screens, like it live, that way we can get some more people in here. I got a blue eyeless cystic. I got
That's a weird hobby, isn't it?
clown.
Imagine your hobby being collecting snakes. You know, like for what? I mean, I don't consider, when people say I have a pet snake, I go, I say you're crazy. Look, even if they go, well, the snake's not poisonous. All right, fine. But the word pet and snake, they don't go together. Okay, I mean, that snake could give two shits about that guy. He could care less about this guy. The only thing, the reason he likes this guy is because he probably feeds him a rat every 3 days. That's it. Oh, lions.
Oh, that boy's lazy now. We do not breed them, no. They do not.
See, these people have a pet lion.
They said the nymphy before.
And probably multiple. Lion, bro. This has got to be in Texas.
Yes, we do have females, but we do focus on the males at the end of the day. Which one is the dominant one? Okuvangu.
Listen, if you're
This is his brother.
if you're having snakes, cousin Casey, for money, which is what I'm assuming you're talking about, that's one thing. If you're making a bunch of money off of them, I guess I can understand that. But just to have a snake as a pet for a pet purposes, that's just weird.
4 o'clock.
I'm sorry.
PM, when the feeding starts.
Let me guess, you have a snake, don't you, Casey? Snakes out of Casey. He's trying to prove me wrong. I know you got lizards because you told me. And actually,
Two blood brothers. They were bred for the bullet, not by
some
us.
lizards are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I got a friend that's got some lizard. I don't even know what kind of bearded dragon and something else, and they're actually pretty cool. I would actually consider getting some sort of lizard, but snake, no.
Are you gonna stop?
Especially not one that can wrap around my neck and choke me to death. That's just insane.
You're gonna want to put that. Thank you for the follow, Kathy. You literally just put that light layer on the seat, guys. Anything I want, I guess. Thank you for the follows, guys. Guys, this is the original seat we did. Look how uniformed and wonderful it looks now.
Oh, so she's like reupholstering cars.
How it's not bleached out, guys.
You know.
It will not bleach your...
Or cleaning cars.
50. It's going to be a 70-30 ratio, at least. 70-30. That's what I usually use if I got some bad...
164 people watching her clean a car.
It, and you're just cleaning.
You know what I'm saying? This is wild. TikTok is a wild place.
Yes, I do.
Oh! There you go, traveling fools.
How is she even in the box? Like,
Uh-oh.
you know, people communicate through other ways, like Zoom.
Oh, shit. Are these flat earthers? Please tell me these flat earthers.
Like
I think
in the
they are.
box with me. and it flipped the guy out. It was so funny.
Do you know how many hours of my life I've wasted watching Flat Earth live videos on TikTok last summer?
Where all they just got to do is cause confliction. You know what I mean? They're not affecting you, so just leave them alone. But people just got to play that hate card, man.
That's because they're unhappy with themselves.
Oh, yeah, they're happy with themselves, definitely. But it's just so sad. You know what I mean? But.
I just, a lot of times I don't put a lot of energy into that anymore because it takes away from my energy and my balance, and I'm not going to sit there and
Flat Earth people are basically like an Edward stream.
I'm sorry.
Except more people watch Edward.
Be, I'd rather just let them prance around and act like they won and laugh at them, and walk away and have my own peace. And it's not because I'm not the type of person to like throat punch somebody. I'm just, trust me, walking away.
Yeah, this is definitely Edward material.
She said throat punch. I used to be like that a long time ago.
All right.
Man. Like I was very vindictive and pissed off. And just
Indonesia, welcome.
They blocked everyone, so I'll give everyone a second chance. And then whoever came back in and picked on me, I'll just...
Mark, just between you and me, I don't even think it has anything to do with who you've got blocked and who you don't, mate. I just think like...
What's going on?
Homies get tired in the morning, so we wear sweatpants in the morning. Homies, sorry.
There's 62 people watching this chick do nothing. Get ready to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
We're not quite there from the dead. Wait, what?
Something tells me there's 61 like 60-year-old horny men watching her. That's it.
I don't know.
That's it. Bunch of weirdos. Hey, look, at least this girl's got some talent. You know what I'm saying? At least she's bringing forth some talent.
He knows I'm going back to get him some water. Hey, pretty boy. Look at you. Can you talk for me? What? What?
That's the other thing about TikTok. Here's another popular genre on TikTok is people's pets.
What are you going to say?
There's one, this woman has and don't even get me started on the monkey. This woman has a monkey. I think she actually has more than one. She's got a monkey, and the whole TikTok channel is based on the monkey. And it just and she actually, I don't know where she got. She lives in what looks like a very, very expensive home. I believe somewhere either in Florida or Texas or something.
I got you, bud.
And she just films her monkey. Running around the house in a diaper, hopping on the refrigerator, and then swinging from the goddamn chandelier and shit.
Look at that motherfucking fur.
And there'll be 10,000 people in there watching this monkey.
She said, walk on. I said,
you know what I mean? Monkey.
Can you answer me that one, mate?
All right. I'm about done with TikTok. I'll open up the StreamYard right now.
I'm so thankful that I have this view.
What is this?
For my birthday.
Happy birthday. I guess, lady.
To stay here for a couple weeks. Welcome, Drem. This is our
What is this, ASMR?
beautiful view.
This is our view.
Thank you, Billy.
Staying here
And
for a
then
couple of
there's
weeks.
Our
Living in the school
house.
bus.
Just made a fresh cup of coffee.
Fresh cup of coffee.
Thank you, Reggie.
Thank you.
Can't believe it. We're gonna go on a hike when it warms up, but
going
right
on a
now it's
hike.
too cold to get into a waterfall.
Is it cold?
No, I have not had to do that.
I refuse to believe
I'm
that
super
people
excited.
actually speak
35
this way.
today.
You know what I mean?
Welcome to
Hi, it's
California.
nice to meet you. My name is
Got a
Schoolie
view that
Mel.
looks like a screensaver,
How are you?
and we.
I don't know anybody that talks that way. Nobody.
My mates. 26, my mommy. Congratulations.
What is she measuring? What is she measuring?
Purple one, darker purple.
What is
Start from 21, 21, 21, 21.
What is she bidding? People are bidding on this?
21, Google Go.
Fad Keys Crystal.
Money tree, most color I run for. Oh, you want it, Majestica, you want it? Okay.
I don't understand what's going on here. She's clearly selling these things. Is she like auctioning these things off?
Congratulations. stop, my friend. 10 stop.
I think she is.
There's, of course, my Sonia. You can tell Jenny you want to see the Sapphire Tower or what, my dear, because it's
Yeah.
new. Yeah, it's the new.
Ma'am, look, being famous,
Okay,
you're probably not been.
Oh no! Here's a delusional person.
They showing
Look what it says. I'm famous. Prove me wrong.
Question to you is, right? Why do you love MD Fashion Co. art so much? Be honest.
Anyone who runs around talking about they're famous isn't famous. 100% of the time. 100% of the time.
Cola.
Awesome, awesome. Do you love the way I make masterpiece artworks?
Yes.
This is similar to when Sleeta goes on YouTube 10 times, makes 10 YouTube videos in a day talking about life off of YouTube. That's just the same kind of shit.
Masterpiece artwork that I've made.
Sleeta should start doing that. I'm famous. Prove me wrong.
Someone says she's lying. Well,
Wait,
I haven't watched them all, so I don't know.
Well, then it's time to do some research, ma'am. It's time to refresh your memory. For real.
Either Sleeta is the world's most genius troll, or he's the biggest idiot on the planet.
In the comments, if you love MD Fashion Co. art, if my art is...
Bro, nobody knows who you are. I'm just sorry to tell you. Nobody. All right. I think we've exhausted our time here on TikTok.
Care can look like isolation, meditation, connecting with nature, taking a bath, resting, journaling, etc.
Wow.
Honor yourself at all steps of the journey.
Wow. Welcome to the Midday Show, or the shit show, whatever you want to call it.
I'm famous. Prove me wrong.
Listen, you're famous to me.
Actually, I think I'm probably famous to plenty of people, because I'd be willing to bet there's at least half a dozen people that come here just to listen to me and Belushi argue.
Why do you think I have you on?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I play my part well.
Listen, I don't have anybody on who I don't think is interesting. Now, whether or not other people think they're interesting is a different story. Perfect example, George. Right? Half of the people in the chat love George. The other half, as soon as I bring him on any show, clicks right off of the video. You know what I mean?
Yeah, George has that effect on me.
He does have that, and I can only take George in small doses. And look, I like George. I'm not trying to. This isn't a bash George segment. I'm just saying, I can only take him in certain doses. Like, he's got like a limit with me for like 5 to 8 minutes, and then I can't listen to it anymore. Yeah. You know. But he is funny. But he's got the same. He's like Edward with the trash talking. He's kind of got the same material over and over and over again. He needs to come up with some new material.
We should be able to put those two together, and they can bounce some ideas off of each other.
Yeah, well, that would be something.
Throw Matthew into the mix.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if a stream with those three can't get views on the internet, I'm not sure anything can.
Well, Edward is sort of a phenomenon. If he could somehow figure out a way to control what's going on his own channel and not get P bombed and CP bombed and S bombed and whatever other letter from the alphabet bombed that you could think of, then he would be okay. You know what I mean? But he can't figure it out.
Well, it starts with, not walking away from your computer.
Well,
helpful tactic.
Someone needs to show him, and I don't have the patience or the time to show him how to do it the way that I do it, where I can see what's coming on before the people on the air can see what, on the viewers can see what's going on.
Yeah. I don't think he knows how to throw like a cover picture up.
Well, I don't even know how StreamYard works, because I don't stream through StreamYard. I just use it for caller audio, but I'm using OBS. So he would have to run 2 programs at once, and I don't know if he's capable of doing that.
Well, no, you can put a picture in front of the screen.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
'cause,
right.
I mean, TK just runs her show through StreamYard. Celine just
Oh,
runs
okay.
his show through.
You put in
Like I said, I don't know anything about StreamYard. All I know how to do is enter the StreamYard studio and bring you people on. That's
yeah,
it.
you can put an overlay on top of the screen.
Gotcha. You don't have to. Yeah, but you have to pay. You have to have a paid one for that, don't you?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, you just go into brand, and then
Brand, huh?
it's all under brand. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's going I don't wonder.
Well, I don't know. What's up, Vic? What are you doing today?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Surely you've got something planned.
Yeah, nothing. Well, oh yeah, and
Huh?
Yeah, he's got his own shit show planned for 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah. Well, between now and then.
I don't know. Yeah.
I heard his Xbox turn on, so something tells me he's getting ready to play some video games.
In particular, right?
Yeah, you know how I've been telling everybody, you know, whenever I redid the studio in here, that we transformed the garage into a hangout / football viewing / game room.
I thought it was going to be like Mrs. Pete's She Shed.
Well, yeah, kind of, but it's for the whole family. But so yesterday I moved all the video game equipment down there. So my youngest repeat, as Slim calls him, he's got an Xbox One, and of course I have an Xbox 360 with a ton of games. So I moved both of those down there. So now Repeat spends 90% of his time in the garage playing his Xbox One with his friends.
Yeah, I like
from the neighborhood.
Pete. I like Pete Junior better. But.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Yeah, well, Repeat's more catchy.
It is actually funny, yeah. So, next thing I got to do down there, I'm about 90% done in the garage. We got the giant recliner couch that took up half of this room that I'm in here now. It's down there. I've got the TV stand that was up here, which is a big, nice, solid oak TV stand, and the TV that was in here. I think it's a 55-inch TV or something. I got that down there. We've got a card-playing table down there with chairs for people to play poker. I've got a dart board down there, which is Uncle Lou's favorite game to play, I heard, darts.
That is Uncle Lou's favorite.
Yeah, it's his favorite game. I put it up just for him when he comes to visit. But anyway, here's the thing. I really wish that I had a shed in my backyard to put all my lawn equipment and tools and all that kind of shit in. But they're still in the garage. So one wall in the garage is dedicated completely to all of the lawn equipment and tools. And I went and we got some shelving and some things to hang like the weed eaters and shit on, and the shovels and all that. I got to hang those sometime soon. So to create more, more floor space in there. Right now it's just all lined up against one wall. And then the other wall is like all the Christmas decorations and beach toys and shit like that, So, but it's like I said, it's about 90% there.
You probably can't have a shed in your neighborhood, more than likely.
Well, you can. It has to look exactly like the house. It has to have the same siding on it, the same trim, the same shingles. So I can't just go out. In other words, I can't just walk out to Home Depot and buy a $1,500 DIY, do-it-yourself construction shed and go out there and put it up in my backyard. I have to go through the homeowners association, get it approved, and then have it custom built, and have that same siding that's on my house put on it. Because there are people in the neighborhood that have it.
But as if I needed another reason not to live in your neighborhood.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I mean, I would think the point would kind of be, not to do it exactly the same.
Well, the whole thing's silly, but. And I mean, another thing about boats. right? So you're not allowed to have a boat in your driveway, or not only in your driveway, anywhere on your property that can be viewed from any street in the neighborhood, right? Well, there's a guy that lives 2 doors down from me. He's like a chiropractor or some shit. I don't know what he is, but he's got like a spine truck. I guess that's what he does. He doesn't care. He must just be paying the fines. His boat's out there at least 5 days a week, and he just parks it right in the driveway. Doesn't give a shit. He must be getting letters on the daily from this homeowners association.
I mean, it's not a fine. It's a.
Yeah, they fine you.
Yeah, and that's why.
Well, I mean, what are they going to do if you don't pay the fine?
Yeah,
well, when you sign the homeowners association agreement, which you have to do to move in here, they can place a lien on your house if you don't pay the fine.
A what?
They can place a lien on your house. Which means if you don't, they can eventually take you to court and take your house from you.
Okay, what's a lien?
You don't know what a lien is?
No.
You want to explain it to them, Slim?
I'm not exactly sure how to explain it.
Yeah. It means they can take ownership of it.
Oh.
Yeah. Basically, it's like having a second name on a car title.
Yeah.
Or, in this case, a homeowner's deed.
Right. Now, whether or not they would actually spend the money and time to take somebody to court to take their home from them over a boat being in the driveway, I don't know. But they have the ability to at least do it. I mean, if you sign the contract.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is America after all. They don't want to get shot. Yeah, that's how domestic violence cases get started.
Nick DTV says, Pete, you should let me be your personal landscaper. I don't need one. Have you seen my yard? I'm my own personal landscaper.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody needs a landscaper. All you need is a lawnmower and a weed eater.
Yeah. Well, it takes more than that for me.
Yeah.
I take pride in my. Well, here's the thing. I honestly, it's not about having the nicest yard in the neighborhood. I don't care about keeping up with the Joneses, but I spend a lot of time outside, and I enjoy the outside. And so, if I'm out there a lot, I want it to look good. So.
And I've got a spreader. I hit it with some weed and feed. That's about as far as my extracurriculars with the yard goes.
Weed and feed.
Yeah, well.
Plus, I've also got a lot more to take care of than you do. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a different story. I've got, I don't even know how many, around 5,000 square feet of grass. So it's not a lot of area. Frankly, I couldn't afford to take care of much more than that. I could, but it wouldn't look the way it does. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's like even getting into, I guess, more actual land. Because I mean, cutting your grass is landscaping, but
see, here's the thing.
That crap, I let my wife deal with.
Even if I did have let's say I don't even know how big my lot is. I want to say it's probably 0.3 acres. It's small, right? Like every other residential neighborhood around here, mostly, unless you have a corner lot. But anyway, if let's say I was to go out there and get 5 acres, 4 acres, 5, 6 acres, whatever it is, even if I did that, I would still create a small area that's well manicured and landscaped right around the house, sort of like the size of my yard now, maybe a little bit bigger, and then just have the unkept or less kept area for the remainder of the property. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Volusia says, "Why do we need manicured grass?" Because I don't want my property to look like a shithole. That's why.
I mean, I cut my yard. I was gonna do it today, but it's raining, so I guess it kind of nixes that plan.
And also, it increases the property value of your home if you have a nice landscape. So, That's another good reason. What's up, Volusia?
Which I've always found weird.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
Oh man.
Uh-oh, we lost him.
The commies got him.
Yeah.
He wasn't hooked to that VPN. They found him that quick.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No. I screwed up. I actually backed out mine. Anyways, how you guys doing?
Good.
What's up, buddy? We're doing great. Happy Friday.
Yeah. Friday.
Likewise, same deal.
I'm on, for anybody who cares, what day is it?
So, yeah, my question is, why do we need manicured grass?
I just explained to you because I don't want my yard to look like a shithole.
Here? Right, and but what if you wanted to plant some trees in there or have a rock garden or
Well, I do.
whatever the hell you wanted with it, in the name of freedom?
Well, I do. I do have all of that.
Yeah?
Yeah, and grass. You can have both. You can have the best of both worlds, Volusia. It's America.
Yeah, but does your homeowners association have something to say about that? That's my question.
Well, anytime you do a change to your landscape, you're supposed to get it approved by the homeowners association, but I don't. I just do whatever I want, and I haven't had any issues yet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to.
Yeah, but you're constantly looking over your shoulder about it.
No, but I'm not though. I just do what I want to do, and I mean, first of all, they're not going to come after me for making my yard look better. If I
what
did.
If you wanted to paint your front door and your shutters Clemson Tiger orange?
I would see little things like that. I would definitely. We didn't even get it. When we got the gutters put on our house. You're supposed to go through a whole process to get the rain gutters put on your house because they don't want somebody to go out there and put hot pink gutters on their house and make it look ridiculous, right?
What if I want hot pink gutters on my fucking house?
Well, they're not going to approve it. They're not going to approve it. It has to be the same color as the trim that's on your house, right?
That doesn't sound very free to me.
No, it's not.
Well, you're free not to sign the contract with the homeowners association.
Right. Okay.
But anyway, but my point is, we didn't get it approved. Now, here's the only thing we ever got approved that we did to the house or yard was when we got the fence put up. And the main reason we did that is because the fence companies require you to get it approved before they even do the work for you because they don't want any problems either. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
And you have to get a survey.
So basically, they've got all the local fence. They got a racket with the local fence companies. The HOA's got them scared.
Yeah. So we got the fence approved, but when we went to get the gutters done, we didn't do that whole process. We called. We got a couple of estimates, and had them come out to the house and everything, give us prices and tell us what they were going to do and why their gutters were better than the next guy. All that bullshit. And a week later, we had gutters because I was smart enough. Because I'm not a potato head, to pick out the same color gutters as my trim. So the homeowners association never knew the wiser, Right.
What if your trim was hot blue, pink, sky blue, pink?
Well, they would have messed with us then, yeah.
Yeah.
Where I would mess with an HOA is like I got chickens.
Yeah, you can't. You can't have chickens in this neighborhood. No way.
Shit, the hell I wouldn't. If
Well,
I lived in that neighborhood, I promise you I would.
You know what having chickens is? That's sustainable business. That is sustainable.
Oh, I don't have any issue with having chickens, but you have to realize
eco-friendly. Slim is eco-friendly and green in doing that.
But the type of people that would have
by accident, but it's not on purpose.
the type of people that would have their own chickens won't move into this neighborhood. That's what I'm saying.
Like, how would they feel? Like, I can only imagine what they would say, because, like, I field dressed a deer in my driveway. I can only imagine what those fucks would have to say about that.
They're even like outside pets is a thing. I mean, obviously you can have a pet and they can be outside pets if you want them to be, as long as they're not leaving your property. So if, like if you have a dog, like I'm sure Slim, you got a dog, right?
Yeah.
You let your dog probably out, runs all over your property, might go over into your neighbor's property, but nobody cares. Well, here,
right.
If somebody sees, if there's a dog walking down the street without a leash on, even if the homeowner's nearby, there'll be 50 people on Facebook yelling and screaming and complaining about the dog walking around the neighborhood.
Well, let me ask you a question, Pete. So, let me ask you a question. So, when I was a kid, when we lived in a small town, not the town that I grew up in, but before that, when I was a little kid, and we had a cat, and he was an outdoor cat, right?
Yeah.
And he used to run around the neighborhood, the cul-de-sac, et cetera, and he would go out into the neighboring farmers' neighborhoods in the cornfields, and he would hunt squirrels and chipmunks and birds and things like that. Nobody gave a shit, right? He was a cat, right? He wasn't going to fuck up anybody's house or anything like that. He wasn't going to bite anybody. But is that something that would also be unacceptable?
Yeah, so we do have a couple of cats that people have that are indoor-outdoor cats that will, like, every once in a while I see this cat that comes in my backyard and he walks around. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not calling anybody and complaining or going on Facebook and making a big deal about this cat being in my backyard. I could care less. Yeah. No. I say hi to the cat when I see the cat. But there are people in here that they see a cat in their backyard. You would think the world's coming to an end.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like my neighbor's got a dog, and he does the same thing, and he'll be sitting like 5 yards from my back door, waiting on somebody to let the dog out because they play together.
Yeah.
And nobody cares.
Yeah, I just don't. I stay out of the politics of the neighborhood. I'm not even on I'm not on Facebook to begin with, but I'm not on the neighborhood Facebook page. But I hear stories from our neighbors that we talk to about some of the insane shit that goes on that Facebook page. It's just these people have too much time on their hands, have nothing better to do, but pry themselves into everybody else's business, and I just don't have no interest in it. And look, everybody in this neighborhood.
What those people need is actual problems in their lives.
Everybody in this neighborhood, as far as I know, could hate my guts. I wouldn't know or care because I don't get involved in it.
I don't have an HOA, but this happened. I think it was 2 years. I think it was 21, so it'd been 2 years ago. Like the kids' school bus went by the house, and I had a deer strung up, and I was field dressing it. I got an angry call from the school about that.
What did they say?
Apparently, I mortified some children on the school bus because they saw the innards of the deer become outards.
Oh yeah, where do they think that their McDonald's hamburger comes from?
Well, that's what I told them. I said, well, maybe their parents should skin a few more animals in front of them. They won't be so petrified.
How is the sausage made?
These are the same people that are like, they watch these farming videos where they slaughter pigs and stuff, and they're like, oh my God, this is so terrible. And meanwhile, they got bacon in their fucking refrigerator. It's like, where do you think that came from, dickhead?
Yeah, but they're holier than me because somebody else bludgeons their dinner to death.
Yeah, right.
Like if you're gonna live a certain kind of lifestyle that's green or whatever, I get that. But like, you can't expect everyone else to do the same. Come on.
No. And doing what Slim does, killing your own animals and eating them is way more humane than factory farming.
And also, it's more ecologically sustainable.
Sure.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, yeah, it's these fucking farms that are causing a lot of issues, right? If everyone did what Slim does, raises his own chickens and kills his own animals, fuck, the world would be a lot less. Global warming would wane, and it would be a positive thing.
Well, here's the thing, though, especially in large cities like where you live. I mean, you can't raise chickens in your apartment.
No shit. Of course.
So I mean, somebody's got a farm.
I get it. Like obviously, I don't just eat deer meat, but I only kill like 3 deer a year because 2 is basically going to fill up my freezer.
Yeah.
With what I've already got in there,
and you probably
I always kill a third to donate.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably give meat away for free to your friends and stuff and family.
Yeah, well, what I can do, like the reason I take a third, like when I take my second deer, I'll usually take the last 2 together, and I'll have one processed, and I'll come pick it up, and I drop that third one off, and I'll just tell them to donate it. It's what's it called? Hunters for the Hungry or something like that.
I need
right. No, Slim, you have a hunting license, I assume. And so, how many deer per year or per hunting season does that allow you to shoot?
Oh, I could 5 or 6, I think.
Okay, right.
So 5 or 6 per person. Yeah.
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 All right.
Well, I need a deep.
There's, there's certain weekends where, like, the first when deer season first opens up, obviously you got 3 seasons. You got bow, you got black powder, and then you've got rifle. The first weekend of bow and the first weekend of rifle are exclusively youth hunts. Like, adults aren't allowed to hunt.
Really?
Oh.
Like, obviously you got to be with them, but
Yeah. What are they?
So you mean that you have to have a youth with you in order to be licensed to shoot that animal, right?
Well, on opening weekend.
Right. I get it.
So what does the youth consider? Under 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
like,
what's
what
the
I did
reason
for
for that?
both of my kids is and like, they do a lot of other stuff to promote it. Like, what I did for both of my kids, you can, if you get it before it's either 2 or 3 years old, you can buy them their lifetime sportsman's, which is a lifetime hunting license for like $200.
I mean, okay. That's
Like, I know up where my where my father-in-law lives, up in the mountains in southwestern Virginia. They have a lot of black bear up there, so they have bear hunting season. But they're really strict on it. I don't know, and the season is only like 3 weeks long or something. It's really short.
Well, are they eating the bear meat?
Yeah.
A lot of people do,
Yeah. Well, some of them do, some of them don't. But even if they don't, they'll sell the meat to somebody and then just maybe, I don't know, stuff the bear or do it. I don't know what the fuck they do with the bear. I'm not into that. But a lot of them, though, like, I know Mrs. Pete's cousin. He's got a bunch of land up there, and he's a big time hunter, and he hunts everything at every season. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't even care about killing the bear. He's got a whole pack of dogs. Here's how they bear hunt up. They bear hunt with dogs. So the dogs hunt the bear, tree the bear, run the bear up a tree, and then at that point you can either shoot the bear out of the tree or whatever. But what he does, he doesn't even kill the bear. He just takes his dogs out to run them, and they run them up the tree, and then they just leave and leave the bear alone. He doesn't even kill him. He's just doing it for fun. That's all.
See, I've never seen people hunt bear with dogs before.
Oh, that's what they do up there. They all do it up there.
All I've ever seen is I've never hunted bear, but all I've ever seen is like bow and rifle hunts. Like, they'll set up. I mean, just like for deer, they'll set up. They'll bait them in somewhere.
Yeah. And my brother-in-law, who's clinically insane. I'm telling you right now, this motherfucker is like the crocodile hunter. All right. He's one of these people that goes noodling, and he hunts anything and everything. If you can shoot something, he'll shoot it legally. If you could shoot people legally, he probably would. Okay. But he does this thing. He tries to get me to go all the time, and I'm always like, no, I'm not going. They do the boar hunting with the dogs, and let me tell you what this. Let me tell you what this entails. So it's a bunch of guys go out there with guns and whatnot and knives. They jump on ATVs, and they go out in the swamp or in the woods, wherever they go. And they have a pack of dogs, usually pit bulls or what, I don't know what kind of other dogs they use. And so
bulldogs, probably.
Yeah, and the dogs hunt down. They chase down the boar, and they're on their ATVs chasing the dogs that are chasing the boar, and then the dogs attack the boar and incapacitate it. Now, this is some bloody shit here. You got a pack of pit bulls that are attacking a boar, and they get it incapacitated enough, but not dead yet. Then they call the dogs off, and then one of the people goes over there and gets on the boar's back and slits its throat. That's how they hunt them. And a lot of times, these boars kill the dogs. They don't even name the dogs because they don't want to become attached to them because they know they're going to probably die. And he tries to get me to go do this with him. I'm like, I don't want to fucking see that.
I mean, I've hunted boar, and yes, the tusk on a boar will fuck you up.
Now look, if I'm out in the wilderness, which if anytime I'm in the wilderness in that type of situation, I'm definitely armed, but not to hunt, for my own safety. I have no problem whatsoever if a boar comes at me, shooting it and killing it, for my own protection. But I have no interest in going hunting one down and killing it. I just don't, especially not that way.
I can tell you, especially depending on the size, if you're talking 200 pounds or bigger, a pistol ain't gonna do you any good. It's just gonna piss it off.
It's better than nothing.
It is, no doubt.
Yeah, at least it might deter it. You know, shooting it in the head a couple times might deter it, and it might want to leave me alone. It might not kill it, but it might run the other way. But listen, it's better to have something than nothing. You know what I mean?
I'm not knocking that line of thought whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've hunted them just with guns. I'm not going out there with fucking dogs or like, and I may have told you this before. One of the guys I work with, one of the guys in the office over at Nexair invites me to go hunt because he's from Oklahoma originally. He goes over there a couple times a year to go hunt with his brothers, and he invites me to go all the time. They get out. They basically do the same thing, but they're out there with either spears or knives.
Let me tell you this story that my brother-in-law told me. We went to the, on 4th of July weekend, we went to Lake Marion. There's two lakes within 30 minutes of my house, Lake Moultrie and Lake Marion. One's just south of the other. They're right on top of each other. Both huge lakes. Anyway, they go noodling all the time in these lakes, right? Him and his buddies. And he's trying to get me to go, and I was like, I ain't got no interest in it. But so here's what they do. They have like a tube, right, that they put in their mouth, and the top of the tube is outside of the top of the water. They dive.
Snorkel.
Yeah, kind of like a long snorkel. They go down as far as 40 feet down. Okay, now keep in mind that both of these lakes are filled with giant alligators. Now, I'm not scared of alligators, but I'm not about to go diving 40 feet down in a lake for an hour with a tube in my mouth. So he was telling me this story about a couple of weeks ago. He was out there with one of his other crazy ass friends, and he was down there about 35 feet and looking for holes in the bank to noodle. And they have this system where if they see a big alligator on the surface, they'll slap their paddles from the boat on the water, and you can hear it down if you're down below the boat, right? To let them know that there's a big alligator up there, not to surface. So he said this like 12-foot alligator was just hanging out right above where he was noodling, down 35 feet down. So they did the whole slap the paddle thing on the top of the water to let him know that there was an alligator up there. He stayed down there for 45 fucking minutes before the alligator left, and then he was able to come up. 45 minutes. Down at 35 feet down at the bottom of this lake. It's got to be pitch black dark down there. That's insane.
That's why you keep a fucking gun on the boat.
Which lake was it? Which lake was it again, Pete?
Lake Marion.
Oh, Marion, yeah. Dear God. I will tell you just real quickly a fishing trip. I went there several years ago, rented a log cabin, and rented a pontoon boat to go out fishing. Well, that Friday night, I went down to the dock just to, hang out and see what's going on. And I heard this swoosh in the water. I mean, a big swoosh. And it was like some big-ass gator was right up under the dock. I mean, right up under it. And I mean, he was huge. I mean, it had to be a 20-footer at least. And that scared the living hell out of me.
20-footer?
Yeah, I don't know about 20 feet, but... Well, I'll tell you, the same lake that they were noodling in, Lake Marion, the same lake that I was swimming in a couple of weeks ago, which I'm not really scared of gators, especially if you're around a group of people. They're not coming around. They don't really have any interest in coming around people. Now, if you go into the like the inlets and stuff where it's grassy, I wouldn't swim in there. But anyway, he was telling me that just last year they pulled a record gator out of that lake. I think it was like 15 feet long.
Well, I might have exaggerated. It sounded like a down 20-foot gator.
I think he said it was. I think it was a state record.
A 20-foot gator is a dinosaur, dude.
I think there's 20-foot maybe crocodiles. I don't know about alligators though.
Yeah, I was wrong. I apologize. I was wrong. But it was a big
I'm
gator.
sure. I can guarantee. I think the record in Florida is over 20 feet. But
They can get that big, but that's rare. That's like 100-year-old alligator.
Golf course, Slim, you might remember this. It was down Lakeland area that on a golf course got videoed. It was maybe about 8 or 10 years ago. That was, I think, a 17 or 18 footer. And it lived on that golf course, and it got photoed walking around. That motherfucker looked like a prehistoric, like Triassic era motherfucker.
Let me tell you. So I was talking earlier about the golf course I used to work at. That was in the neighborhood where I grew up in, and so I worked. I grew up playing golf on that golf course. I worked on the golf course for 7 years, and it was right on the Ashley River, and there was a shitload of ponds all over the golf course, and they were all had alligators in them. Well, we had this one alligator. He was 13 feet long. And he lived in this pond that there was like a drain pipe that went from the pond to the river. It was right on. It was one of the holes that was right on the river. And we would see him there almost every day. He was about 13 feet long eventually. And here's the other thing. There was this guy who had this business where he would dive in these ponds on the golf course to get golf balls out of them and then resell the golf balls.
Oh my God.
So he would go out there in his diving suit and dive down to these ponds. And we told him like 50 times, we're like, dude, there's a 13-foot alligator we see in his pond every day. He did not care.
I was that hard up for money.
He must have been that hard up for money.
Grant's golf course?
Yeah, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, Kings Grant Golf Course. Well, it was eventually turned into the River Club on the Ashley.
But yeah, I remember that golf course. Yeah.
And anyway, eventually enough golfers complained about the size of the alligator. They called it. I don't know who, DNR or whoever came in there and removed him, got him out of there. I don't know what they did with him, but
they turned him into 6 pairs of boots.
Yeah, some gator soup.
This is insane. That's insane.
Yeah, some people are insane, dude.
I've talked about this for years. I wouldn't mind either Florida or Louisiana getting like a single gator tag during season because gator meat is really good.
Plus, you can make some really badass shoes and belts out of them too.
Right?
Yeah.
Make you some pants out of them.
That's a thought.
Pants.
some chaps. Some assless chaps.
Yeah.
I'll find me a 20-foot gator and I'll show up to the Slav Olympics in a gator skin vest and chaps.
That would look good. That'd look good on you, Slim.
Yeah.
You could pull that one off, Slim. Only you could pull off that fashion. Because you're a fashionista, Slim.
Yeah.
So Pete, did you go to Cherokee?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I was just wondering what the results were.
Yeah, I think it was just Lou, Battle Angel, and Hufferbilly that went up there.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I would have gone except for we got the softball game next weekend, and then the weekend after that we're going to Florida for a week. So
you know what? I don't go because I'm effing broke.
Yeah, well, I gotta say, like I said. Oh, but the place we're going in Florida, well, we're going 2 places in Florida, but the first place we're going does have a Harrah's casino in that city, so I'll probably go there one day for a few hours. I don't know.
Yeah. I'd love to play some Hold'em poker somewhere. I used to play with some guys, and they kind of disappeared after COVID, and so I don't have a regular game to go to anymore.
Yeah, back in, it was probably 15, 20 years ago, we used to have poker night at one of my buddy's house every Friday night. It was fun, too. It was like a group of like 7 or 8 of us.
Yeah. I went to one of these pro games one night, and it scared the living hell out of me because I thought I'm going to be robbed by these people. And they had some grinders at the table. And I they had a big spread, as far as food, and you paid so much to enter and all that. And they took a rake every time, you played a hand. But I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable playing with these guys because I thought,
Scott, as somebody who's got a little bit of experience playing poker and some against some good players, there are levels to that shit, dude. And I'm an okay player, and my math on it is pretty good, and I've got a pretty good understanding about game theory optimal and different ways to play the game, and I've got a pretty good working knowledge of the game. And so I think I'm better than the majority of players on the table. But, man, there are levels to that shit, dude. Like, a really good player will eat your fucking lunch.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, sure, because you're also assuming that I think it's the wrong assumption that the person with the best hand wins. You can have the worst hand on the table and still win the pot.
Well, as far as the casinos go, unless you go to a high roller table, as far as Hold'em goes, if you're going to win a bunch of money, you're going to have to sit there for a long time. For instance, Sir UGA, last time we went to Cherokee, I guess when was that? Back in, a couple of months ago. Sir UGA came up there for a day. I actually left him the last time I saw him. He was sitting. He sat at that damn Hold'em table. I'm not kidding you, for at least 9 or 10 hours without. The only reason he got up was to pee. That was it. And yeah, and I think that night he said he won. He walked out $800 or $900 up, before he quit. But I went to bed at 4 a.m. and he was still sitting there.
Wow. You have to have a certain level of patience. And also, but here's the thing about Hold'em, though, is like you could have, if you're in the big blind or if you're under the gun or whatever, and you might have like a fucking, I don't know, a Jack 9 suited or some shit like this, and you want to get frisky with it. You can lose your entire stack immediately on some stupid shit. You could have pocket aces in great position and lose your entire stack. And so to play for hours and hours and hours and not lose your money and end up, that's tough. Dude.
Yeah, when it comes to Hold'em, I like to play for fun with friends. I don't like playing at the casino for that reason. When I go to a casino, I want to win a lot of money in a short amount of time, or lose a lot of money in a short amount of time. I don't like the whole. I'm not sitting at a poker table for 4 and 5 hours at a time. I'm just not going to do it.
Well, I like tournament play, and tournament play, it lessens the amount of time because, of course, the blinds go up about every 20 or 30 minutes, whatever they set as far as the time limit. But I've always come in pretty, I came in second in a tournament in Vegas. I came in the money at another tournament in Vegas. I came in ninth, but at the same time, I enjoy it, playing tournament. But cash scares the hell out of me because you're right. The grinders are normally at those cash games, especially in the casinos. Because they're just trying to meet their mortgage and get their baby a new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Scott, the best players are at cash games. Scott, the best players are at cash games. But the thing about the tournaments is, you might have, and I've done okay on some online cash tournaments before where I finished, pretty high in big tournaments. But the thing is, you can make the right play, the odds on right play, and get completely busted out or sucked out, on a king on the river when you have aces versus kings or whatever.
Oh yeah, you can get a bad beat, no doubt.
You know what I mean? That's it.
Lou says that
bad beats come, man. I mean, it hurts because, like you said, you have pocket aces. You bet if I got a heavy pair. I mean, I got a premium pair. I'm going to bet heavy. If I got Cowboys, I'm going to bet heavy right from the get-go. I'm going to let everybody know, oh, he's got something. And if they want to come along on the ride, then you're going to pay for it.
What happens is somebody else has got aces, or somebody's got something worse than you, but they fucking river a flush. If you're,
I know. Oh yeah, it's happened to me, man.
Whatever, you know what it is.
Oh yeah, Belushi, it's happened to me many a time with a bad beat. When someone catches something on the damn river, catches a straight or a flush on the river, and you're going, "Oh my God, are you kidding me?" When you got 3 of a kind and they catch a flush on the river.
But Scott, as you know, there are times when if you have a premium hand pre-flop, where you should bet it a certain way to get those people out of the hand, right? But there are also other times where you play the hand in terms of game theory the way that you should play it, but then you get fucked in the end anyway. And that's why poker is such a bitch of a game, man.
Well, you know, I watched. I got this series Masterclass. Have you guys ever signed up for Masterclass? Any of you?
I have done the free trials and then canceled later, but I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, well, Phil Ivey is doing Masterclass on that. And Phil Ivey shows what a horrible hand he played in a tournament and just busted out. And I'm thinking, why the hell would he show this in Masterclass? Because he was playing like a 2-4. I'm going, well, okay. And kept betting heavy, thinking he could I guess, run the guy away because he's Phil Ivey. And, you know, if you were one of these guys that were sitting with Phil Ivey at the table and you're just an amateur, of course, that's going to scare the living hell out of you because it is Phil Ivey. But Phil was playing another
boulders. Phil Ivy's got boulders where his balls should be. That guy's a fucking different dude. That guy's
he is, man. I mean, he is phenomenal. But I've been listening to his game theory, and it's pretty sweet. And then Daniel Negreanu, I haven't gotten into him yet,
he's
but
the best. Oh, Daniel Negreanu is the best. I love him, dude. He's the best.
I think Daniel Negreanu, as far as reading people, I know nobody that can read a hand like Daniel Negreanu can. It's freaking amazing.
He'll be like, you got like a jack of spades and a 10 of clubs, and goddamn it if they don't, dude. He's amazing.
I know. Goes it out every single time. Well, I digress. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to.
No, Lou says Sir UGA was playing Ultimate Hold'em, not Texas Hold'em. I don't think I've ever played Ultimate Hold'em before. So what's the difference?
I think it's more cards that you get.
Sir UGA, you're like playing that 3-card poker.
Yeah, he got me into playing that, and I liked it. I told you, listen, it's 3-card poker is complete luck. I mean, if you know the very, very basics of poker, then you can play 3-card poker. I mean, I learned it in 3 seconds, and I'm not any expert poker player, okay? But it all depends on where you're sitting. I told a story the last day I was there. It was just me. It was the first game I played in the morning. I walked down, and just me and one other guy sat down at the exact same time. He sat to the seat at the right of me. I sat next to him. If I would have sat in his seat, I would have won $2,000. Because that's what he won. I got shit hands. He got great hands. It's just that it was that simple. Like there was really no. That's a game you don't really have control over whether you win or not. I mean, it's 100% luck.
I mean, I don't think that's why blackjack's poker is never 100% luck, man. When you're playing against good poker players, they will eat your lunch and clean your clock no matter what.
Not with 3-card poker.
Yeah, you think so? I mean, with Omaha, it's like that.
Yeah, not with 3-card. I don't know anything about Omaha. 3-card poker. If you know the very, very basics of poker, what cards to fold and which ones not, it's just based on the hand that you get. And he got some crazy ass fucking hands. He won like $800 on one hand. All he did was just fold one card that anybody would have folded. You know.
I mean, all right. Play blackjack at the casinos. That's your best bet. It's more fun.
Yeah, blackjack's fun.
To make money. That's why you play blackjack.
But the thing, that's my point, though.
Plus, if you're just trying to kill some time too, like I've literally sat there at like a $5 a hand blackjack table for 4 hours.
Yeah,
like I said,
yeah,
the ones in Tunica that I go to aren't like Cherokee. I don't have to get up to smoke, and if I tip the waitress $10, she's bringing me drinks for hours.
You can't, but here's the difference. 3-card poker, you can win a fuck ton of money on one hand, just betting a little bit. You can't do that in blackjack.
No,
that's the difference.
You also lose your entire stack when you got the best.
Well, I mean, if you only bet $25 on the hand, you're only going to lose $25, but you can win $400.
In no limit poker, bro, if you only bet $25, the guy's going to bully your ass off the hand. You might have the best hand. This guy's going to have a fucking 3 and a 7. He's going to win your ass because you're too scared to fucking put your shit in the pot. You know, that's the problem with poker, and when you're playing against good players. Right, like blackjack is a better casino game for us normies, right? Like when you're playing poker at a casino, these motherfuckers are not normal, dude.
They aren't normal. That's true. They can. Oh my God! If they get a bad beat, oh man, they are up in arms about it. Walking around, cussing, screaming, yelling.
For every bad beat they get, they bluffed you out of 6 hands on the trot before that.
Yeah, see, I like those games where, I won $500 on one hand and high card flush. And I think I bet a total of $35.
Go ahead.
I think I bet a total of $35. I think it was $25 for the main bet and $5 for the two side bets. So $35, and I won $500 on one hand. That's the kind of games I like.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When you're playing poker, however much money you have on the table, you have to be prepared to lose all that immediately. Otherwise, you're going to get bullied. You're going to get bodied.
Well, that's why I like playing tournament, because you already know how much money you set aside to play, and if you go in deep, then you win some money. If you don't, okay, so you lose $60, $80, whatever the buy-in was for that particular game.
And see, that's I tend to do the same thing when I'm playing blackjack at the casinos, because all right, say if I even lost $100 or $200 at the table, well, I drank more than that while I was there.
Yeah.
Well, not Cherokee. You don't. You got to pay for drinks there.
Yeah, well, that's why we need to do a trip to Tunica, Mississippi, sir. The drinks are free.
Well, it's like I said. When I go to Florida, I'm getting an echo from you, Roll Tide.
I think it's Gumpman that's echoing.
Gumpman.
Whenever I go to Florida in a couple of weeks, I'm going to the Harrah's there, and I think the law in North Carolina is that you can't give free drinks in casinos, but I don't think it is in Florida. So I should be able to get free drinks there, hopefully.
Just
tip
the waitress good, and she'll come back. I promise.
Yeah.
It always works for me.
But you know what I do whenever I go to Cherokee is I bring up my own liquor, and I just bring a cup and put it in the cup and walk down the casino. So.
Yeah, I got me a Yeti. I can do the same thing. Well, I was doing that when we were in IOP.
Yeah.
Well, Scott, it's like, Scott, you understand this, man. Like when you're playing Hold'em against, at a casino, whatever you got on the table, you have to be prepared to lose immediately, all of it, right? All of it immediately. When you're playing, or you can double up your money at whatever, but you got to be prepared to lose everything that you have on that table immediately. If you're not prepared, you're going to get bullied, you're going to get bossed, you're going to get bodied by people who are better than you and have more money than you and aren't scared to lose it. What I'm saying is that when you're playing blackjack, it's different because you're not playing against the other people at the table. This is why I prefer to play blackjack, because I'm not a rich man, right? And so I prefer to play blackjack.
Depends on the tournament you're doing. I mean, because I've done tournaments.
No. I'm talking about cash game. I'm talking about cash game.
Okay.
Yeah, again, like I said, I like to play tournament. I'll tell you just a real quick story. I'm playing up against, sitting at a table, and there's one guy, he's just yappity yap. And, you could tell he's a grinder. Okay, so I got a pair of jacks. I raised. He re-raised. And then I called. We went. I got 3 of a kind on the flop. And then he raised again, and I just called. And then towards the river, I went all in, and I busted his ass, and everyone was just happy as hell to get him off the damn table because he had talked so much crap.
You beat the grinder. Good job, Scott.
Yeah, I beat a grinder, and I think you can tell if you sit down at a table who are the grinders, who are the guys that this is how they make their money, this is how they make their living, versus the tourist. Because if you sit down and this guy's a tourist like you are, then you can normally play against that guy. When he's raising that he may not have shit or he doesn't know what he's doing. And I beat a guy from Minneapolis at the Wynn Hotel playing that way, and I won $300 in an hour, and I got up and left.
You see some real.
Here's the issue, Scott, is that we're tourists. We're just trying to outduel the other tourists. But when it comes to the actual grinders, we're fish, dude.
Oh yeah, I go. If you don't recognize the sucker at the table, then you're the sucker. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
You see some real douchebags. Like for instance, with this one night last time we were down there, we were at the roulette table. It was probably like 1:00 in the morning, and this guy comes up. He starts flashing $1,000 chips. He pulls them all out of his pocket. He's like, I got $7,000 in chips in my pocket and this and that. And, I'm rich. And he was just like a total fucking douchebag. Fast forward 3 hours later, I'm outside smoking a cigarette. He's out there smoking a cigarette, pacing back and forth, looking like his fucking kid just died. He lost every single penny. Every single penny.
Poor fellow.
Poor guy.
See, I'd have just looked at him if he did that anyway, because one of the first time, it was like the second, maybe third time I ever went to casinos down here, was after the Tyson Lennox Lewis fight in Memphis.
Right.
Dude, Charles Barkley was down there on the fucking craps table, $50,000 a roll.
Jesus.
God love him.
Does he still have a gambling problem, or did he get over that? Did Barkley get over that?
But you'll see sometimes, and I haven't seen this personally, but I've heard tell of it. You'll see like someone from the Saudi royal family or the Qatari, whatever the fuck. And they'll come down there with a fucking $150,000, and they'll throw it on the roulette table, and they lose, and then they'll lose it, and they'll walk off laughing off. They don't give a fuck. That's the difference between somebody like that and somebody like the guy you just said, Scott, who loses 7,000 is crying over his, or Pete rather, and cries over losing it over a cigarette. You know, the people who really have money, they don't give a fucking fuck, dude.
I mean, if I had won $7,000 and lost it, I'd have been like, damn, that sucks, but...
Well, this guy was clearly just a degenerate. He wasn't really rich. He probably took every penny to his name and lost it in 2 hours.
Probably. It was probably his life savings he just lost. You know, the thing is, when you go to Vegas and you go to the Bellagio and you go to the, you know, if you can watch the baccarat tables, man, you know, they're throwing some coin down at those tables.
Baccarat is the best game in terms of house odds. Baccarat is
it's also boring as all day. I mean, God, I'd rather watch paint dry than play that shit.
Well, it is the best game in terms of house odds. If you actually want to win money against the house, your best chances is with baccarat.
It's a pretty simple game, isn't it?
Well, Volusia would know a lot about baccarat because he lives in China. Because every person at the baccarat table is Chinese.
Right. They know. And by the way, Phil Ivey made a lot of his money on baccarat too. That's how Phil Ivey made a lot of his money.
Oh yeah, that's where he made what, $10 million at one casino was playing baccarat.
That's right.
But he had
really mad at him and tried to take it away from him. Baccarat is the game with the least house odds that there is. Yep.
Well, you know how he was winning there, Volusia? He was edgy.
You know what it was, Scott? And I know you know this. So he had a specific deck of cards where he could sort of see where the edge of the card laid.
Right, edgy. Yes.
My cat just got out. Sorry.
Uh-oh, call the homeowners association.
Versus you know what I'm talking about. So you could tell where the nines were and things like this. You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Oh, Pete, that was dinner trying to escape.
Oh. Well.
Well, guys, we're very close to football, aren't we?
God, I can't get here soon enough, man.
I know.
It can't get here soon enough.
Yeah, I won $100 playing.
I saw Pete, did you see that Luke picked us? I'm sorry, Uncle, our favorite uncle, our favorite ridiculous dumbass uncle picked us to lose the Duke.
Yeah, we've already talked about that. Yeah.
Okay. What was the synopsis there?
Nothing. He started a trend. So there's first it started with Uncle Lou and Josh Pate. Then Carolina Jackpot jumped. Listen to this. I got Carolina Jackpot to bet me $100 straight up with no points. Duke versus Clemson.
Genius.
Wow.
Yeah. he doubled down. So I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to spend my $100. That's all.
Yeah.
Vic, you were going to say you won $100. What'd you say?
Yes, sir. I won $100 on blackjack in Atlantic City. So.
Oh,
good for you. Man.
You mean on one hand, or you won you won 100 more than you bought in with?
Well, no, actually, it was only a net gain of 50. What happened was it was a $25 buy-in, so I lost the first hand. So then I had to give them another, another 25, and and then I won 4 hands in a row.
So you won $50 though.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
That's how you say it, because when you played that slot machine and you posted that video, you said you won $250, but you actually lost $250.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I did get a
He put $5 in the machine, cashed out, and was bragging that he won $250. But no, you started with $5 and you walked away with $250. That's losing $250.
Yeah, I know.
But for entertaining content, he had to do the video, said he wanted to.
You sound like a degenerate gambler already, Vic.
There's no difference between Vic's casino stories and fisherman stories. They're all the same.
Yeah, right.
I got $100. $100 bill when I.
Yeah, but so Carolina Jackpot made a video talking about how Clemson was going to lose to Duke. So I called into his call-in show, a couple days later or the next day, and bullied him into betting me straight up. I said, "You don't really believe what you said, otherwise you wouldn't be saying it."
Right.
And
what's happened, Pete, is since the two of us had a drink together and we met each other, and then we went on the show that night and we challenged anyone to take Duke plus 12. Since then, Uncle Lou and Josh Patte have gaslit a bunch of idiots, including Carolina Jackpot, into making these retarded bets.
Yeah, because the funny thing is, if Carolina Jackpot was smart, he could have bet anybody or any sports book on the planet and got 12.5 points. Instead, he bet Pigskin Pete with no points. What a dummy.
5-star dummy.
I couldn't believe he actually took the bet. As soon as he took the bet, I said, "All right, bet's on." I hung up. I'm not giving him a chance to back out of it, you know?
He still may be smarter than Sea-Dog, though.
Why?
Sea-Dog says going to lose a lot of money.
Is Sea-Dog going to bet on every game with Georgia Tech this season?
Well, he's got a bunch of bets out. He's got so a bunch of us bet him on the ACC show. Another person that has to double down on their idiocracy, right? So they start saying shit they don't believe. So we bet on the win total. The win total. What was the win total? 5.5, I think.
Yeah, 5.5.
So the bet total was 5.5 wins for Georgia Tech. I said I don't think they'll make a bowl game, so I'll take the under. Then I bet him 50 on the win total. Then who was it? Slint, you bet him too.
I suckered in him and Rec Talk.
Yeah. There was.
And I tried to give him a chance. Like, I parlayed the bet, trying to give him a chance.
So here's the thing with
Georgia Tech could win 6 games.
Well, they could. Yeah,
but Georgia Tech could win 6 games.
So we went through the Georgia Tech schedule and we got them at 5 and 7 as a panel, right? As a majority. And so he was saying you guys are.
Got him at 4.5 as the over under, by the way.
Was it 4.5? Well, my bet with Sea-Dog is $50 that Georgia Tech won't make a bowl game. Now, since then, we've revised it to say, because there is sometimes teams that win only 5 games but still make a bowl game. That's not what I'm saying. They have to win at least 6 games, which he agrees. Yeah.
And that's what I parlayed him and Rec Talk into basically the same bet. But what I did, and because I knew Sea-Dog already had a bunch of bets out with people. I parlayed him. I said Georgia Tech won't make a bowl game, so they won't go at least 6 and 6, and Miami will.
Well, let's look at Georgia Tech. Okay, Georgia Tech, Louisville, first game, no. South Carolina State and Georgia Tech, yeah. Georgia Tech, Mississippi, no. Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, no. Bowling Green, Georgia Tech?
Maybe. Georgia Tech can beat Wake Forest. Wake Forest is going to take quite a big step back this year. Tech can beat them.
Okay. We'll give them a maybe then. Okay. That's a half a win there. Yeah. Okay. Bowling Green and Georgia Tech?
Win.
Maybe. Yeah, they win. Okay. Georgia Tech,
maybe.
Yeah, Georgia Tech, Miami, no. Boston College, Georgia Tech, no.
No. Hold on. Boston College.
They might beat Boston College. But here's what it comes down to.
All right, so another half. What do we got here? We got 1 win with South Carolina State, and then we got 2 half wins with Boston College and Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Okay.
2.5 at this point.
Or what? Okay. UNC and Georgia Tech, no.
No.
Georgia Tech and Virginia, no.
They might beat Virginia.
I mean, they might be North Carolina.
They'll probably be favored against Virginia. Virginia's in a bad way right now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you want to give them a win? Let's give them a win?
Yeah.
Where's the game?
You want to give them a half or a win?
Give them a win.
Give
Give them a win.
Give them a win. It's at Virginia. Georgia Tech, Clemson, Helton, no. Syracuse, Georgia Tech, no. And then Georgia Tech, no.
Yeah. So here's what it comes down to with Georgia. This is why I feel confident in my bet. They have to win every game that they're supposed to win, and at least 1 or 2 games that they're not supposed to win in order to win 6 games.
Okay.
So
okay, if I give them the ones we gave the half a point to, that's 5 wins. One,
which is exactly what we had them at, 5 and 7.
5. Yeah,
But
5
you
was
just mentioned like 7 or 8 games. You didn't mention the whole schedule just now.
Yeah,
7
can
or
you get,
yeah, he did.
half
yeah,
a
it did. That's the whole schedule. Yeah, it starts September 1st with Louisville.
Yeah, can we give half a win for North Carolina since they have beat them 2 years in a row?
No, because
Okay.
no.
Yeah, there you go. They're playing at Georgia Tech. Give it to them. Okay, so it's 5.5. That's what you got, right, Pete? 5.5.
Well, we don't do 5. We don't do half games on our record predictions. We've got them at 5 and 7, and that's what I think that's most likely. Now, like I said, if they win every game they're supposed to, and 1 or 2 that they're not supposed to, then they'll win 6 games.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
I think that they're a 5 and 7 team. I don't think that saying that they go 6 and 6 is outlandish.
Not outlandish because the over the win is 5.5.
Was a much more retarded.
Well, I actually do think it's a little outlandish because Georgia Tech is far from the only team that you saw even last season take a boost after a coach got fired. Nebraska looked better after Scott Frost got fired.
Boost. Well, I mean, Brent Key does have a 500 record, so.
Yeah. Look, it wouldn't shock me if Georgia Tech won 6 games, but that's one of those things. That's one of those bets that I'm not. It's about 50-50, I think. But
Yes.
but let me ask you this: would anybody be shocked if Georgia Tech only won 4 games? No, they wouldn't.
No.
No, not at all.
So.
But I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, hell, at this point, I wouldn't be shocked if they won 3 games.
Right, but I wouldn't be shocked if they won 6. I'd be shocked if they won 8. Okay?
Right. So
That's what Sea-Dog was trying to talk us all into, was that Georgia Tech's going to win 8 games.
when it comes to betting, you have to do the percentages, and there's more than a 50% chance that Georgia Tech won't make a bowl game. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now he's trying to convince himself that Miami won't make a bowl game either.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I think Miami will make a bowl game.
I don't think many
I
teams
wouldn't
do.
put a single dime on or a single fucking RMB, all right, Chinese yuan on Miami doing anything plus or minus. I have no idea what the fuck you guys are going to. Y'all could lose to the other Miami, and I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Now, Slim, when you say bowl game, you're talking about a New Year's Eve game or New Year's Day game, correct?
No, just a bowl game.
Or just a bowl?
6
6 wins.
6, you're bowl eligible.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I said you're going to be in the tax relief bowl. We already covered that.
Yeah.
Well, we did.
You know what? You may not be wrong.
Tax relief at the end.
Like I said, I've only got. I mean, at best, I got Miami going 8-4 this year.
Well, we did the Miami prediction on on Tuesday's ACC show, and that's basically science. I mean, you can write it down in stone what we say is going to happen, and we have Miami going 7-5, so that's definitely a bowl game.
Yeah, me too.
Well, listen to Miami's schedule. Okay, Miami.
And listen, if Pete's off by 1 game, me and Pete really just differed on 1 game. It was Texas A&M.
Yeah, that's it. That's right.
Miami can beat Texas A&M.
Yeah, me and Slim.
As long as Miami doesn't have to play a Conference USA team in their bowl game, which is their kryptonite, clearly, then they're fine.
And they don't have to play Middle Tennessee State, so that helps.
Right, Louisiana Tech or Florida International or any other shit spot team they've lost.
What are you talking about? We've got a winning record against Florida International.
Okay. Your first game is Miami, Ohio. That's a win. Your second game is Texas A&M and Miami. That could be a loss. Okay, and then your next one is BCU. I would say that's a win. I'd say Miami and Temple. I would say that's a win. Georgia Tech and Miami. I'd say that's a win. Miami, North Carolina. That could be a struggle there.
That could be. North Carolina's been the thorn in our side.
Okay. Clemson, Miami. Loss. Virginia, Miami. That could be a win.
That's a win.
That's a win.
Yeah, Miami, North Carolina State.
That's a toss-up.
That's a toss-up. That's a toss-up because it's on the road, and then you have the very next week Florida State on the road.
Hold on, Vic's trying to say. What's up, Vic? You've been trying to say something. What's up?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Vic.
Yeah, I was saying that. Yeah, I think I had that as a loss.
Oh,
too.
All right.
I would say it's fair to say that Miami with the NC State and Florida State game, that's a split, right? We'll give them one of those two wins.
Yeah, it actually said the same thing on the ACC show. They're going to split those two.
That's a split.
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, where was I? I was, geez, I've lost my place here.
You were at NC State, and then Florida State was next.
Yeah, Florida State's next, yep.
L and L.
So, and we just said they're probably going to go 1-1 between those two games.
But I think it's more likely that they go 0-2 than 2-0.
Yeah, you got Clemson. You got Clemson, Florida. Miami, and North Carolina State.
Right. What we said, Scott, is that we feel like, but the NC State and Florida State games, we'll give them a split. But I feel like 0-2 is more likely than 2-0.
Okay. Now here's a clincher: Miami, Florida, and Miami and Florida State.
They play Florida?
No, excuse me, Florida State. I said Florida. I meant Florida State.
No, what I mean is that we have given Miami a split with the NC State and Florida State games.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Yeah, they're going to go 1-1 between those two.
Is more likely than 2-0.
So I agree with Slim on a certain.
Louisville and Miami. Okay, I think you'll win that one. And then you got your last game is Miami and Boston College.
They'll beat Boston College. So the Florida State game is interesting, and I actually agree with Slim on this. Anybody who's going to bet on that game right now preseason is going to pick Florida State because they're one of the favorites to win the ACC right there with Clemson. But Slim does have a point. No matter who's the better team year in year out, they seem to go back and forth on who wins that game. So I mean, it's a huge rivalry game. Where's that game being played this year?
It's in Tallahassee.
All right.
Nobody cares. Doesn't matter.
Hey, of course, everybody cares.
Well, Belushi, stop. Yes, it does matter because I've seen in 2014 when they still had a national championship contending team, they beat us on a blocked extra point.
Yeah, sure.
So that is one of the closest rivalries in the country, and it goes back and forth.
And that was the history of that rivalry for a long time.
That is one of those games every year where you can pretty much take the point spread and throw it out the window. I agree with Slim on that. Yeah,
I'm going to say Miami's 8-4 this season.
No, here's my thing though. So
I think that's their ceiling.
This group of 3 games. This group of 3 games, right? You talk about at NC State, at Florida State, and home against Louisville. What is the most likely record that Miami comes out of that 3-game stretch with? I would say it's 1-2.
1-2, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
No, more likely it's 2-1
over Louisville.
I don't think so. I think the most likely record out of that 3-game stretch is 1-2.
What makes you? What's your evidence behind that?
Yeah, based on what?
Evidence. I mean, obviously, I'm not talking about evidence, but I'm just saying I suspect.
Well, expect this. We own NC State all time, including the past 5 years.
Fuck NC State. Listen, you're not going to get me to say a single nice word about rinky-dink ass, bitch-ass NC State, okay? You fucking blast them down.
Let's not forget that 2 seasons ago when both Pitt and NC State were ranked, and Miami's done. De'Aaron King went down. Tyler Van Dyke came in and beat them both.
Dude, if you guys beat NC State 55-0, I will be crying down my face laughing. That'd be hilarious.
Okay, the 4 losses I see: Texas A&M, UNC, North Carolina, Clemson, and Florida State.
Yeah, and
one of NC State or Louisville. Yeah.
Yeah, and NC State. That's 5.
I doubt it. And see, you know what? Now, Scott, you're fixing to make me do it. I might even said they may go 9-3 because I'm not as convinced they'll lose Texas A&M.
Well, here's the thing: if Miami were to win 6 or 7 games, I don't think anybody would be shocked. If they won 8 or 9, I think people would be shocked.
Yeah,
including me.
Miami's gonna be 7-5, man.
I mean, based off of the record Scott just gave me, I wouldn't be shocked if they won 9 because I don't think that Texas A&M game is a foregone conclusion.
Well,
I totally agree with that.
If Miami wins 9 games,
because
We might need to log off the internet because they'll be back.
Last year, it came down to a fumbled punt is what decided that game.
Yeah. So I have the only thing I have to say about the Texas A&M Miami game this year is do not watch it. Just do something else. Walk your dog. Do not watch that fucking game.
Zona says Pitt is going downhill. I disagree. I don't know if you mean downhill in a good way or a bad way. Pitt should probably be in the conversation for the dark horse to win the ACC, top three.
Why?
I would say the best three teams in the ACC preseason, and again, it's preseason, a lot can happen. Clemson, Florida State, and Pitt.
I disagree. I think it's Clemson, Florida State, North Carolina, Louisville, and then.
Oh, Louisville ahead of Pitt?
I do.
No.
You lost your damn mind.
Yeah.
I love football talk. I love football talk.
I gotta hear this reasoning. Why would you have Louisville ahead of Pitt?
Well, they have a better offense, don't they?
No. They don't have a better anything.
No.
They don't have their entire offense left. Blake Cunningham is gone.
I mean, okay, that's great. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna put that out there.
They do have a transfer quarterback coming in from Cal.
Yeah.
No, they have a transfer. No, they have a transfer quarterback coming in from Boston College, but
Louisville.
No.
okay. No, I thought you were talking about.
No, I'm talking about Louisville.
Okay.
Pitt has a transfer from Boston College.
What do we know about his coach Jeff Brom with Louisville?
He's from Purdue. Dude.
I mean, Jeff Brom is a good coach. But what do you expect year one? Thank you, Michael. I mean, what do you expect out of him year one? That's the thing.
Well, it's year two.
That's right. And under Jeff Brom, Purdue has had the best run that they've had since Drew Brees was there.
No, it's Jeff Brom's first year at Louisville.
Right. No, he's talking about Jeff Brom's success at Purdue. I do want to maybe I'll talk about this. How weird is this Northwestern shit? Have we talked about this?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
Guys,
Dude, I'll be honest with you, I haven't even read a full article on it yet.
I've just
heard something about them whacking each other with their dicks or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like here's my thing is I was never in a frat, right? I was never in a fraternity. I was never hazed by anybody, right? I didn't play college football. I was never in a fraternity when I was at Clemson. I was never hazed by anybody. But I just find it very hard to believe that I would accept it, right?
Well, here's the thing. That's the thing about hazing. If I was a freshman on a football team and they said, Pete, strip down naked and run through this wall of dicks, I would tell them, go fuck yourself. What are you going to do about it?
You can go ahead and fuck yourself.
Yeah, I'd say go fuck yourself. What are you going to do about it?
You'd have to pull it. You'd have to give him a Raj there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pete, play the drop. You can go ahead and fuck yourself.
Yeah, you can go fuck yourself. You can go fuck yourself.
I was waiting on it.
Bunch of goddamn Wuhan fucking whatever. Bend over and suck my fucking nuts. I'll give you the goat.
That sounds kind of like what was going on in that locker room, bending over and sucking nuts.
Dude, like, who is doing this? Why are we doing this?
Oh, Lord.
Why? Why, though?
Hey, it's past Pete's bedtime. I'm gonna let Pete go. Hey, guys, have a great weekend.
All right, see you later, Scott.
I love you, Scott. Hey, take care, bro.
Why?
I don't get it, Pete.
I don't either.
Again, as somebody who's never been hazed, somebody who was never in a fraternity, I don't understand this.
Well, that's why I never would be frat boy material because I would never get down with that bullshit.
So I'm saying I would never be subjected to this, but I would also never think of it to subject anyone else to this.
Are they doing any docking at Northwestern?
Now, this is a small group of people that are saying this happened, and the current players on the team, or some of the current players of the team anyway, are saying that this is grossly exaggerated, that this is not exactly what happened. So, but I don't even know. I mean, I don't know how you exaggerate naked hiking and dick swinging. I mean, either it happened or it didn't.
Of course,
you know.
You fuck with somebody and you make them, run down the hall naked or something, fucking whatever. And that, it could be one of those things like a game of telephone. By the time you get to the end, the story's very fucking different from the beginning.
Sure. And I agree with you. But at the same time, man, come on, man. Like, there's some weird shit going on, dude.
Listen, if you engage in that kind of activity, I have to believe that you want to, because, like, again, if they tell you to do that and you tell them I'm not doing it, what are they going to do about it? Nothing. They're not the coach.
Well, not let you in the fraternity then.
Yeah, who cares?
I think that's what.
It is.
Well, I mean, some people look at it as a lifetime worth of contacts, which, I mean, okay, it is.
Yeah, I don't want a lifetime contact with somebody who wants to hit me with their dick, dude.
I agree with you.
It's weird and gay, and I don't understand it, dude. It's really weird and really gay, and I really don't get it.
It wasn't even just that kind of stuff. It was other stuff too, like drink the most amount of Gatorade you can in 2 minutes or something, which is just stupid too. I don't know. It's all stupid.
But here's the thing. I don't think.
Wait a minute. I mean, is anybody shocked that college kids are doing stupid shit?
No.
I don't think these players are gay. It's not about them being gay.
I don't know, man. I've never done any of that. I'm just telling you.
I don't know. Maybe they are gay. I don't know, man. But like, I don't think they're gay. I don't think it's a gay thing. I think it's just weird as fuck.
Well, whatever it is, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, very weird.
It is weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird stuff.
I don't get it, dude.
I mean, like I said, I don't know. I heard the same thing that you said, that, you know, some of the players have said that it's wildly exaggerated. And, I mean, okay, if it is exaggerated, then, you know, no, the coach shouldn't have been fired over it.
Like I said, either it happened or it didn't.
Right.
You know,
And,
I don't know.
You know. But then again, if you were a player who was engaging in that behavior, of course you would say it was exaggerated, right?
Right. Yeah. See, that's a good point.
There's that point.
Yeah, because you know why? Because all these players that were engaging in it have families, and they have to explain what they're doing to their mom and their dad and their girlfriend. Holy shit! Imagine trying to explain that to your girlfriend.
We need to recreate this. We need you to explain to Mrs. Peete why you let some dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, whatever. I don't know. I understand why he got fired. Because
no, I do too, and I'm just saying, if it does turn out to be a lot of it was wildly exaggerated, then no, he shouldn't have been.
I agree with that. But here's my other thing is that, like, I feel like it might be exaggerated to a certain extent, but also it's definitely not the only program in which that was happening, right?
Well, we hear about this all the time. Not just in football; it's all sports, and like you, Slim or Evolution said, in sororities and fraternities. And Mrs. Peete was in a sorority for a very short time, not even a full year, and she got out of it because she said it was too weird for her. She didn't like it.
Well, I mean, Jesus Christ, there's on that second 30 for 30 ESPN did. There's a clip in there, and I mean, obviously ESPN blurred it out, but there's a clip in there of Jeremy Shockey running naked through the locker room.
Well, that looks like that's one thing. There's levels to this, though.
Rubbing his cock up on Warren Sapp's forehead.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, for all I know, a freshman got hit in the face with it as he passed by. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Well.
You know what I think, dude? I think that we should all be fortunate. We should all feel fortunate, rather, that this sort of thing, which probably does exist to a certain extent in all of our favorite college football teams programs, isn't being made an example of here.
Well, another one. I don't know if you guys heard Danny Cannell's take. He's big mad that Fitzgerald got fired, right? Because he's a friend of his, and he says he's a great man and a great coach and a leader of young men and all this other stuff, whatever. But one thing he said that rubbed me the wrong way, he said, and he might have retracted it by now, I don't know. Yeah. He said that this kind of thing can build character. I'm like, in what universe can having your face slapped with a penis build character?
What?
I mean,
I promise you that. Well, there have been Florida State freshmen who know what Danny Cannell's asshole smells like. I'll tell you that, dude.
He must have done it too. You're right. Yeah.
Well, and this isn't even the worst case of crap like this that's come out over the years. I mean, I remember hearing about, and I don't remember where it was, but I mean, I remember hearing about something like this coming out years ago, and it may not have even been at the college level. It may have been like a private school, like one of those football factories. Like some freshman got a broomstick shoved up his ass.
Yeah, see, now that's well, that's the R word. That's what that is.
So yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, that should be.
Stories out there of a lot worse.
Somebody does that to somebody else should be put in jail. That's a felony.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. And probably worse. Somebody does that to me, it'd be lucky to go to jail. That'd be the least thing that could happen to them. Anyway, well, what a great show. I do have to go though, guys.
Good thing you had that explanation about the Midday show at the beginning.
Yeah, it's a good thing for all the new viewers out there that just stumbled upon this. Go back and watch the first 10 minutes of the show today, and you'll get your explanation.
We talk about buttholes on this show.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Volusia, for stopping in. Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
I'll say this before everybody goes.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't Nate out there whacking people with wood.
Oh, man.
That'd be brutal, man. You know what? You know what? I always wondered if Nate was ever going to start an OnlyFans. So don't give him any ideas, you know?
No.
Just walk down the sidewalk, start whacking people with his hammer.
Yeah.
But they do it at Northwestern.
Yeah, yeah.
What's more offensive, what happened at Northwestern or Nate's costume at the Slob Olympics last year?
I guess what's happening at Northwestern.
All right, good. Yeah, I thought so.
Well,
Slightly.
We'll revisit that question after this year's Slob
Yeah,
Olympics.
yeah.
I was gonna say, I know, Slim, you don't believe in canceling people, but we'll see how far Nate pushes it before you decide it's time to cancel his ass.
Cancel Nate now.
No, I'm throwing my name into that hat at this year's Slob Olympics.
Are you gonna whip your cock out?
Listen,
I didn't
Nate.
say I'm gonna do that.
Nate's like Joe Rogan. He's not cancelable.
Yeah.
Hammer, dude. It's a hammer, dude.
And if I haven't been canceled at this point, I'm not sure I am.
Well, you'll never be canceled on this show. This is people don't get canceled on here. Actually, the crazier the better.
I'm just going with I don't matter enough.
Right? No, you do matter to me. That's all that matters.
That is all that matters.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, see you guys later, all of you.
Yeah. Pete, Slim, Vic, you guys take care. We'll see you next show.
All right. See y'all later.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know what to say. Thanks to everybody that stopped in. I had a lot of fun today. These Friday shows are amazing and fantastic. They're all amazing and fantastic, but the Friday ones in particular. Again, like I mentioned earlier at the show, at the top of the show, unfortunately, there will be no call-in show tonight at 10 p.m. So everyone have a great weekend. If I don't see you on YouTube in any form or fashion, you might see me this weekend at some point, but not tonight at 10. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys at the very latest on Monday at 11 a.m. for another edition of the Midday Show. See y'all later.